I think about just that first part of my investigation and I think about the question I need to answer, what do you think caused water level to rise in this case with that aluminum and that copper cube right there? Mateus, do you want to talk to the group about the conclusion you came up with? And let's make sure everyone's looking at Mateus to show that we are listening to him.
Well, my group, we found out that we thought because it was because of the volume, because we found that the volume and the water level were the same, but the weight was different. And I thought that if the weight was there's more weight in the copper cube than the aluminum cube, then I think it just should depend on the volume, because the weight, if it was more, if the copper cube is more, then it would have more volume if it really depended on the weight.
Okay, does anyone want to respond to that? Who wants to respond? Who can prove that they listened to Mateus' explanation and can kind of respond with their own ideas or can add another idea to it? Flavor, go ahead. Talk to Mateus about how you feel about what he said.
I agree with what you said, because it's, for example, like if you get a big if you get a big cup of water and you put an eraser in there, like the eraser over there, if you put something like that in a big cup of water, the water level will rise a lot. And if you put in a copper cube, and it's not gonna rise that much, even though that copper cube would weigh more than an eraser.
And can someone explain or repeat for us what Flavor thought would happen if I put an object this big in water? Javon, what did he think would happen if I put an object this big into a cup of water?
He said that if you had like a big bottle of like water, and you put the eraser in it, then it would probably like rise a lot. Then
Why? What would make that water level rise a lot? What is it about this object that would make the water level rise a lot more than, say, the copper cube or the aluminum cube?
because that has a different volume than the copper cube.
Elisa, you want to share with the group some of your thoughts?
Well, I kind of disagree because
With who?
with Flavor, because
Talk to him and tell him why you disagree with him.
I disagree with you because the eraser could soak up the water.
Aisha, you want to add something?
I have a question for you, Flavor. What if the object has like buoyancy, like it's able to float?
I think that's a good question for the whole group, but go ahead, Flavor.
Then it would be a different story, because if it had buoyancy, then it wouldn't really be taking up much space. But I wouldn't know if so some things that have buoyancy, it wouldn't do the same thing like I was talking about.